All right, we're live.
Hey.
Hello, once
Hi.
again.
And I gotta sneeze.
Good timing. How's it going, Paul?
That's all right. Another week for me is done so far, so that's good. Relaxing.
Anything cool going on with you guys?
Cool? Nah.
Cool? No? Nothing cool?
I've been
Stampede time! Hooray!
Yep. Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but you guys said you weren't going, right?
I am not.
I'm not going though.
Yeah.
But it's Stampede time, baby.
The greatest
You know, get
outdoor
some,
show.
The greatest. The absolute best. None other like it.
You're gonna get some free pancakes anywhere or anything?
I don't
Probably
want to wake up
not.
early enough to do that.
I don't think there's anywhere. I would have to drive, and at that point, like, I might as well go somewhere I want to go rather than like.
Sure, but it's not free.
That is true. Free's pretty good. Yeah. I've been
I think the nearest one here is like some political person or like one of our counselors is doing it. I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Oh,
I don't
that's
like
weird.
you. I'm good.
Well, if anything, going there and taking free food from them, without any support, is actually harming them.
Yeah, but then I have to listen to him talk because he's probably gonna do a speech knowing him, and I'm just not interested.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin my sleep schedule for free pancakes from a person I do not enjoy.
True.
I'm not really even much of a pancake fan, so I just wouldn't do it.
Also that. Yeah. I agree with you.
I'm very pro pancake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find
I will go on the record.
So what do you put on your pancakes then?
Maple syrup.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big syrup fan.
That's
Okay,
yeah.
that explains that then. So you don't even like waffles or anything like that. You're just like, no, none of it.
Well, it's like when you don't put the syrup on there, it's like, well, what's your options? Butter? And it's like, I don't want just butter on there. And I know you could get like real fancy with it and stuff, but it's like at that point, it's like, can I have just the ice cream?
Yeah. It's one of those things
I didn't expect ice cream to enter this.
If you like go fancy, you're probably at a restaurant, and if you're at a restaurant, you could get something else you want more anyway. If you don't like pancakes,
Right.
yeah, I get it. I can understand that.
There was, I don't know if it's still there, but there was a waffle place down on 17th a few years ago. They would do savory and dessert waffles, and I went there a couple times. And then one year, I got the flu like the day I also went there, and now I have this like disdain in my like the brain connection thing happened.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Yeah.
So I like never really cared for waffles either, really.
Okay, fair enough.
But what's your so syrup for John? What's your topping, Paul?
It's probably just syrup as well. I also like won't choose pancakes, but I will definitely enjoy them if they're given to me.
My only gripe about putting fruit on them, because I know a bunch of people do that, and even Phantom A just suggested it in the chat. They kind of make the pancake mushy, and then like also the fruit gets really warm, and that's kind of eh. But I also don't like pie for the exact same reason, so
yeah,
I think
fair.
that's just that. So if I'll have the fruit separate from the pancake. Like banana slice is probably the only thing I'd be like, yeah, throw that on there. That'll be okay.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah, I think it gets to the point where it's like this is starting to get like really sugary. And it's like, well, now I'm getting less interested in that because like this is becoming a dessert as opposed to a breakfast.
I get that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another aspect of it. You know what's really good? Peanut butter toast.
Yep.
That's there's my breakfast of choice. I've had peanut butter toast for breakfast for probably 15 years, literally every day.
Wow.
I feel bad. I do not like peanut butter at all.
Wow.
Something about the taste. It's too strong.
Do you do any kind of like nut butter?
Almond butter. I like almond butter.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yep.
I'll have almond bars all the time, but like peanut butter, peanuts I generally avoid.
Just peanuts. Okay. What about like cashews?
Cashews are way too good. Reese made a trail mix. She made like a granola mix, and then she put a bunch of cashews in there. I'm just like, all right, well, this is just coming with me now.
Cashews are great. Absolutely.
Yep.
Nice. Pro cashews here. Cool.
Yep.
Paul, a favorite nut?
Pistachio. If you count that. Cashew is a close second. I really like cashews a lot. Both of them are a little pricey though.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. Top-down perspective for July 6th. I'm Sean Booker.
Paul Fleck.
John Wheeler.
Did anyone play anything besides me?
Yeah, I played Final Fantasy XVI, but I have nothing new to talk about. That isn't spoilery.
Okay.
So,
do you want to give a non-spoilery check-in on where you're at?
the time jump happened.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's a huge spoiler if you know, but if you don't, it doesn't matter.
But that I know where you are exactly.
So a bit after that, but not much.
Okay. So I'm way further than you now. What's your game time around right now?
I have no idea. I didn't play at all this week.
Okay, so yeah, not a ton. I gotta be getting close to around 30 hours. I haven't checked for a little bit.
Like from where I talked about it last, I had played 2.5 to 3 hours from there.
Yeah. And the PlayStation also, like, with their activities thing, they'll kind of give you a percentage of how much of the game you've done.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'm somewhere around 50 to 60% mark. I haven't looked in a little bit, but
I think that counts all the side stuff that you're not doing though. So you might be way further than that.
Maybe that could be the case. Sure. But just from hearing game times and stuff, I do think I'm around the 60% mark. So I think it is kind of lining up.
Okay.
Because it's not like those side quests are very long.
Yeah. Sure.
And then if I could try to do a non-spoilery thing, it's hard because it's been like a little bit since like a big story plot beat happened.
Yeah.
I'll say my characters are starting to head east, like really east.
So okay, so you're leaving like the land that you start on?
Not quite, but like okay. I believe that's going to be happening soon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all you played this last week, Paul?
Pretty much, yeah.
John, how about you? Anything?
I didn't really play anything. I've been reading and I've been watching movies instead.
Hell yeah.
What are you watching?
I watched the new Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, I went to that as well. Let's talk about Indiana Jones.
That movie was okay. I enjoyed it.
I've heard this from a lot of people, actually. Yeah.
I think I would kind of agree with okay. My general consensus is that Harrison Ford looks like a skeleton wearing skin.
You can tell he is 80 in the movie. You can definitely tell, and it's feel it.
He is so old. Anytime that man has to run, it's a stunt double. Anytime where they can't have it be a stunt double, and they're like, all right, Ford, we need you to take 3 steps to your left as fast as possible. He looks like he cannot physically run anymore. Like, anytime he has to move quickly, it is the most awkward thing ever. And as a result, anytime they make him do like action scenes that are obviously fake, the suspension of disbelief it's just not even there. Because like anytime he punches someone, which is a thing Indiana Jones does. Indiana Jones punches a lot of people. I'm like, Harrison Ford would probably be the one dying if he's punching someone. And he gets punched in the face all the time. And I'm like, this man would absolutely have just been killed.
But they can't do that because he's Indiana fucking Jones.
Yeah, so it's or when he's like jumping from like a moving vehicle to another, it's just like I don't believe this 80-year-old man can do any of this.
I enjoyed my time watching it. I shut off my brain and I just enjoyed it as a popcorn flick and it was great. I really enjoyed it for that. It is definitely not as good as 1 and 3. I liked it more than 4, and I'm always 50-50 on where I feel about 2, but yeah, this is either like my 3rd favorite or 4th favorite Indiana Jones movie, depending. So
it's been so long since I've seen the first trilogy. A lot of it just kind of blurs together for me. I couldn't really tell you which one was which. It's definitely better than 4, which is not hard. I like that they reference what happens to Shia LaBeouf's character, and I won't say what it is.
Dude, when they said that, I'm like, holy shit, wow, okay.
Because I was wondering the whole time, like, are they going to talk about why this character's not here anymore? And yeah, that was pretty silly. The like first 20 minutes where it's CG Harrison Ford.
Oh my! I actually didn't mind that. That was actually entertaining. The problem is you could tell it was his old voice. They didn't try to fix his voice. It's
was
like
old
here's
man voice.
This young ass Indiana Jones with this raspy old man voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it worked fine if the CG puppet wasn't moving a whole bunch. but during like the fight scenes and stuff, it's just like stone faced while it's trying to like fight the people. So I thought that kind of broke down a little bit. And this is me just not remembering the trilogy. Was Antonio Banderas in one of those movies?
I don't remember him being in the movies. If he was in the fourth one.
Oh, the fourth one? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't remember the fourth one well enough to try to place him.
The taxi driver must have been in the trilogy, right?
That was Sala. He's in 1 and 3, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when that character came up, people in the audience were like kind of cheering a little bit, and they kind of shoot it in a way of like, you should know who this is. And I'm like, okay, well, it was a long time ago, but I believe
he's absolutely a fan favorite character, yeah.
But then like the same thing kind of happened with Antonio Banderas, and I was like,
I was wondering that too. I'm like, I don't remember you in 1 of the 3. You have to be in 4, right? Or are they just making a nod because it's Antonio Banderas?
Yeah, yeah. Who knows? I was wondering if they were going to get Short Round back, considering that actor is like super popular right now. It would have probably been like a pretty easy get. So I was kind of surprised that he's not in it.
I was a little surprised too, but like they got as many other references they could cram in as they could. It definitely was like if you're a fan of the series, here's like a bunch of references to go along with this movie you're watching.
When they like start talking about the subtitles Dial of Destiny, when they start like really talking about like what it could possibly do, this is maybe like a third of the way into the movie, and Ford's like, there's no way what you're saying is like real. This is impossible. And I'm like, dude, the last movie you encountered aliens. Why are you skeptical about anything at this point?
He's seen God. He's revived someone from the dead. He's had his heart ripped out of his chest.
Yeah. He's like, there's no way this is real.
The Dial of Destiny, too much.
Yeah. It's a weird movie. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't think I'll watch it again. That's probably where
I would be willing to watch it again. That's probably the biggest praise I can give that. Like, I didn't want to do that with Crystal Skull, even though I think I have like a DVD version of that. Like, but I would actually probably watch Dial of Destiny again.
All right.
But I also really want to watch 1 and 3 now instead too. I also want to watch those.
Wait, so which one's 2? What happens in 2?
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom is 2.
Is that the heart one?
That's the one with Short Round. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
Short Round.
That one's not good, because I remember that one.
It depends on who you ask.
It's bad.
Usually, it is the least liked of the 3. It's still a good movie, but like some people don't like the female love interest.
She's terrible.
I can get why.
Yep.
And some people didn't like Short Round, and some people didn't like that.
Yeah.
Indy has a lot of non-indie moments in it, for lack of a better term. It's kind of a dick in the entire
3
movie.
has Sean Connery, and that's the Holy Grail, right?
Yeah, that has Sean Connery. That has Sala, and that has, I can't even remember, Brody, I think is the name of the other guy.
So what happens in the first one? What's the like?
First one is Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's the one where they find the Ark of the Covenant. That's where Marion's from.
Obviously, that's where the boulder is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but what's the like climax? I don't even remember anything after the boulder.
The melting faces.
Yeah, melting faces is one of the most famous scenes from that.
Okay, I think I was blurring that with the heart stuff and just assumed that was all kind of fiery happening together.
Nope.
All right. Here's another question. So this one's goofy. Like, it seems like a family, almost a kids movie. Are the first 3 like that?
2 kind of is.
I mean, they're all goofy in some way, but I wouldn't say family, like a family. Well, they're all family friendly.
They're all family friendly, but like at the same time, he's like fighting the shit out of Nazis.
Well, would you consider this one like goofy and family friendly? That's the vibe I was getting.
It definitely has some goofy and family friendly moments to it.
Yeah.
But what is the?
And it's been so long I couldn't remember. It's like, well, I saw those as a kid, so I wouldn't have been able to like know.
Yeah, like 1 has like a couple moments that are like maybe not cool for kids to see, like the face melting. 2 is much more child friendly, but it still has like literally like cults ripping out people's hearts.
Yeah.
And 3 is all over the place.
Yeah.
I barely remember anything from 3 except for the ending. So, which is the one where he's like afraid of snakes?
All of them.
All of them.
Oh,
but
okay.
that origin of that kind of is shown in 3 in a flashback when he falls into a pit of them on a train.
Yeah, the origin's shown in 3, but it's in like the first one. It's like right after the boulder. He says like, "I hate snakes, Jock. I hate them."
Yeah, but all of them.
And he still hates them in 5.
Makes sense.
Yep. So. He definitely hated
this
them. This
movie's also too. Like really long. Like it's like 2.5 hours long.
Isn't that all Disney movies now?
I guess movies are long. That's true. Yep. Paul, are you gonna go see it at some point?
Go see it? Fuck no. I just we were going to, but then I was like, I'm not going to a theater for this. I don't want to be around people. So I'll see it at home. I had
someone in my theater in the opening CG chunk when he gets up on top of the train and is like chasing, Nazi number 8 or whatever, and the music plays. Someone in the theater cheered. I was like, good for you, man.
Okay.
You're having a blast.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was for popcorn aficionados and basically like anyone who was a big fan of the series, because like that's why there were so many nods in it.
That sounds great. And it can't be worse. Like I knew there was no way it could be worse than Crystal Skull because
it's
holy crap. That movie is so bad.
I feel bad because I enjoyed Crystal Skull like when I watched it in theaters, and then like a day later I'm like, no, maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I've only seen it the one time, but I would probably watch any of the first 3 again before Crystal Skull. I don't need to see that again.
I almost feel like I need to watch Crystal Skull again to like actually reinforce my opinion of it.
It's funny because
I think at the time I said I liked it more than 2.
Everybody always brings up the fridge part. That's not like the reason why that movie's bad.
The monkey part that sticks in my head.
The monkey part is
bullshit.
fucking terrible. Shia LaBeouf is terrible. Like everything about the character stuff and writing is god awful in that movie. The like fridge part arguably might be one of the better scenes because it's memorable at least.
Yeah. I think the fridge part just kind of lines up with the like goofy nature of some of the other stuff. In the
I was totally fine with the fridge part. That is like the perfect dumb Indiana Jones serial type shit to do.
And there's enough like weird goofy shit in the previous 3 movies to be like, yeah, there's precedent for this. This is pretty over the top, but there's precedent.
Totally.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of video games, I played the Pikmin 4 demo.
Okay.
Yeah. I played through that today just because the progress can carry over, so why not? I'm in a weird spot with Pikmin. I think the demo is totally fine. It's Pikmin again. It's doing everything Pikmin you want.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game will be fine if it's just more of this, but I'm just in this boat of like, I have so much to play right now. The idea of just playing some Pikmin is like not there for me.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out like, should I even pick it up? Should I not? Like, I have so much to play right now, so I just don't know. But yeah, it's totally fine. It's kind of interesting going back to like proper Pikmin after playing a few like small dev games.
Tinykin
and that other one that I like quite a bit. That 2D one, like where the
you definitely remember the name of.
Yeah, I always forget the name of it, but it has a great art style. And then that one is more Pikmin-like than Tinykin is, because Tinykin kind of, they put a twist on it. They make it a platformer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just kind of Pikmin again. So it's kind of interesting going back and seeing like, how much did Nintendo change? And it's been a while since I played 3, so it's hard for me to specifically point out like, oh yeah, this part's new. I know the dog thing is new. It only has 2 legs, so I guess it's not really a dog. What's the name? Ochi? I think that's how you pronounce it.
Ochi or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Ochi. Which doesn't really seem to do a whole lot other than like, hey, we just streamlined some stuff. Ride Ochi so you can move faster. Ochi can also attack so you can attack harder. Ochi can also drag and it's like stronger. So it doesn't really seem like it has changed too much mechanics wise other than people thought these games were slow. So let's put a dog in there that can do all the same stuff Pikmin can do, but 3 times as much.
Yeah.
Wild at Heart, I think that might be the name of the game. Yeah. So that's a good Pikmin clone if people are, and I think it's on Game Pass. So if people want some Pikmin like right now, Wild at Heart's pretty cool. Is Tinykin on Game Pass? I think it is, right?
It is, yeah. Or it was at least.
A great one too.
I'm sure it still is, but
probably is, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also Pikmin Bloom. We've been playing Pikmin Bloom for the past few years, and if you play the demo, you unlock something in Pikmin Bloom.
Wow!
There you go. Yeah, there's you got a QR code. So maybe that's my problem. Is I've had so much Pikmin bloom over the last 3 years of my life that I don't need more Pikmin.
Must be it.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm playing Ghost Trick Remastered.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. I'm this is like my nighttime bed game, so I've only completed like chapter 1. Maybe I'm like a little past the actual break into chapter 2, but I'm in chapter 2 right now. I kind of wish it looked better. It's still 4x3, and they just put like borders on the side, and they put some stuff on the borders, like the hourglass sits there, and so it's been a long time since I played Ghost Trick, but I'm assuming it was the DS, so that was 4x3 as well, correct?
Yeah.
Because it was not
more or less.
Yeah.
It was not a 3DS game, which would have been a widescreen. So I kind of wish they had just like blown it out to widescreen, like just shown more of those areas, because they have them modeled. All they would have needed to do is just kind of swap out the camera, I guess. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not a game developer. Maybe it's crazy hard, but
yeah.
I mean, it's nice being back. I've forgotten most of it except for the big twist at the end. So than that, like I don't remember any of these characters' names and stuff. So it's been long enough for me. So yeah, it's just comfortable. It's good. I'm glad it's here. I think it's $30, so it's not a big commitment. Yeah, I kind of wish they had done a little bit more than just like a coat of paint.
Yeah.
I think that's all it needed, though. Like
I said, it would have been nice if it was
game
like
for its time.
Yeah, I think it does look great. Like I don't think needed them to like remake anything. I guess I kind of just really wish it was like widescreen.
Sure.
Because it just feels old in that regard. That's kind of my one knock, and it's a small one. But yeah, I'll be playing that as 30 minutes before bed the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, let's do some news.
Wait.
This first one comes once again from the FTC court documents going on with Xbox and Activision. But Microsoft says that they're expecting Sony to release a $400 PS5 Slim this year, with a Pro PS5 coming soon after that.
Okay. Like, that's not really that big a surprise, I feel.
It's not a surprise, but it's kind of the first time we've heard of it, other than, do you guys remember those rumors of, like, a separate disc drive that Sony was maybe thinking of?
Yeah.
It's also hard to say, with the nature of, how Microsoft and all these people appearing in court are talking, maybe this is just how they're, like, wording that device. Who knows? This could just be them making the general assumption, or just kind of looking at industry trends. But it would make sense. Like, we're 3 years into the console. That's about the time when.
Oh God.
Yeah, 2020, correct?
Yep.
So that's around the time we usually would get like a slimmer version, and then 3 years later, maybe another slimmer version, even so, or the Pro version, yada yada. This even came from the another line Microsoft pointed out was Sony is also anticipated to release a handheld version of the PS5 later this year for under $300, which is not what they're doing.
Yeah, that's not what they're doing.
Like they're definitely wording this very particular to make it seem like Sony is doing something they're not.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've kind of seen any price speculation from more informed people than us may know. And again, it's Microsoft. What do they know? Like, who knows what it could be? I think if it's not well under $300, Project Q is completely dead in the water.
They didn't already say the full price for it, did they?
No.
For some reason I thought they had.
Not at all. Nope. Like in my opinion, if that thing is over $100, which it absolutely will be, that's a bad idea. What about you guys? Where do you put Project Q?
I think it's stupid as hell from the moment I saw it.
Considering they just how much was their VR headset? Like $550 Canadian or US? It was some high price.
The VR2 is $550 US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is absolutely going to be like $400, $300 to $400.
That's insane. $400 is the price of the disc-less console, and this doesn't play games on its own. That would be, oh my god, I could not. That would be so insane if they did $400. I think $300 would be insane as well.
Well, here's a better question: how much is like what's the Nvidia like Steam Deck equivalent?
The Shield?
Yeah, is it the Shield?
Well, the Shield's a little old. Yeah. So I don't know if there's.
I'm trying to like. I thought they had like a new one that was out.
No, I think it's one? Asus. Yeah.
The ROG Ally.
Oh, it's Asus. Okay.
Yeah, it's them.
Yeah, that's the ROG Ally, the Republic of Gamers.
Right. Yep. That's it. That's the one.
How much is the Ally?
It's expensive. It's more expensive than the Steam Deck. It's like $700 or $800.
Yeah, that is.
And that doesn't even include the fact that right now the Steam Deck is on sale because of the summer sale. And I've just seen countless times over and over again, the Steam Deck is just a better device.
It is $900.
Yeah, Pop, I think I was thinking of the Logitech one. How much is the Logitech one?
The Logitech is a streaming one.
Yeah.
I forget what that thing is called. This is the Logitech G Cloud handheld gaming portable. Yeah. That is $300.
Yeah. That's probably the total will be around then. Yeah. It'll probably be around that.
That's ridiculous. There's no way. I'm just trying to think like what the difference between these would be, and I guess there's not any difference. Except the PlayStation 1 is probably bigger and is like the controller is probably nicer because it's literally they just snapped a controller in half and glued it to the sides.
Yeah, right.
So you can already kind of, you said you're doing this already, Sean, with your Steam Deck, right? You're using it for remote play for PS5?
Yeah, you can do this with a phone and any Bluetooth controller. Like, yeah. I have probably 8 different ways I can stream my PS5 remotely to somewhere in my apartment.
Do you think they nerf those features to make it a bit more worthwhile to get this thing, or are they just going to like not bite the hand that is feeding them currently?
No, I think they want to do it everywhere they can and give people more options. Like you can do it to your computer. They're not going to nerf that. I think it's just going to be another option, and they're going to just try and argue that it's premium and just like all of their other accessories, right? The DualSense Edge is $200. The VR2 is $550. Like they just go high prices now.
They're treating it like Apple Premium product price.
Yes, but yeah. But the problem is like specifically with Q is there is like no great use case. Again, I can use a phone and any Bluetooth controller and I get the same functionality.
Yeah.
I just don't know who that one's for, but anyway, so I guess we'll find out near the end of the year, and we'll see if Sony announces a Slim. The PS5 needs a Slim, absolutely. I'm curious if they would do kind of like 2 Slims because they have 2 models.
They probably have to, right? Because one would have to have the disc tray and one wouldn't, unless they're just like the Slim will have no disc tray.
Well, if they do the Slim having no disc tray, then like. And you still need to have that $500 one in rotation because you need the disc tray one, right? For people who want that. I can't see them going fully digital. So I would assume maybe they keep the discless one and then it's just a slim disc one. I don't know.
I'm sure here's the real question. Do we know which system sold more? Because that's the one they'll probably prioritize, unless it's close to 50-50.
I actually don't know. I haven't heard those numbers. I was gonna say it would behoove them to make a slim version of both and like really drop the price on that discless one to try and match the Series S. Because right now, with all the consoles getting price increases, except for the Series S, Microsoft's looking real nice with that, $200 to $300 depending on sales going on console they have right there. Here's an idea from the chat. Slim without the disc tray. The Pro version is the disc one.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. I could absolutely see that one. Yep. And then, because then you're basically doing the Microsoft route. You have a tiny one that's digital only. And for the one you want with everything, you get everything. That's a great idea. That's from Lineback.
Yeah, true.
All right, here's an interesting story. So, everyone knows the Gollum game. It came out. Daedalic Entertainment developed it. It has done so bad. Daedalic is now shutting down their development arm and going back to being a publisher only.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I've seen this, and I'm sure it was the straw that broke the camel's back, but I'm sure this one single game didn't break them. I bet they were about to break, and they needed this to hit, and it didn't. Is more. The headline is funny.
Have they developed other games?
No, but I think they're, like, running out of money, just in general. I think they needed this to hit to try to, like, maybe break into some more business or something. Like, I don't think this killed them that they failed so miserably.
Well, no, because they're not going away. They're just reverting back to being a publisher only.
Right, but it killed them as a developer because this was their only thing. It killed
the development arm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I guess they had another Lord of the Rings game in the pitch process or just going off the ground that is now no longer happening, which that would make sense if this one didn't do great.
I love that it was codenamed It's Magic.
That's the new one. That was the next one.
The new one.
Right?
Yeah, that was their codename for it.
I mean, they've got a list of stuff that they've developed.
So they have developed a few things?
It looks like. I'm trying to see if there's anything like that's worth noting.
They might have been developing Deponia games, but...
Yes. Deponia, the Dark Eye, Chains of Santanav.
So that is going to a, like... I'm guessing they bought whoever was developing that, and it's going back to them, and they're just going to publish it.
Here, I have the line right here. Surviving Deponia, the single-player colony simulator announced on June 10th, will continue as planned with Atomic Torch serving as the primary developer now.
So they probably helped or, like, were the primaries.
They were co-developing, maybe?
Yeah, right.
In some way.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm looking at the games they've published, and I, like, don't recognize any of these.
Oh, fair enough. I don't remember.
The Heart of the Teddy Bear, Children of Silent Town, Borrow Trauma sounds familiar, actually. Rough Justice 84. I do actually think I know that one. Oh no, I might be thinking of a different one. Because I'm thinking like Black something 84.
Hmm.
Capes, Majin, the Rat Project Stories, War Pips, Godlike Burger, Zombie Rollers, Pinball Heroes.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that rings any bells are the Deponia stuff.
Shadow Tactics, Ico's Choice. Jars.
Weird.
Oh, Felix the Reaper. I think I've seen that one before. But yeah, that was also years ago. The Frank Kafka video game.
Well, yeah, holy crap. I recognize a lot of these, but I've never played any of them.
Shadow Tactics, yeah. Shadow Tactics is the one I recognize.
Like Dead Synchronicity, I think I played a little bit of years and years ago, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, some of these are so weird. Iron Danger.
Yeah.
Well, pouring out for them.
Yeah.
That game just keeps having such a weird story.
Yes, it does.
Speaking of games with weird story, we got a new Pokemon Sleep video released this morning. This thing is coming out sometime in July, actually.
Yeah, they said you can sign up now for notifications when it goes live.
I just did, yeah.
So the Pokemon Company on their YouTube channel put out just under 3-minute long video of kind of how it will work. It looks like a pretty standard sleep tracking app. Once they got to the part where it's like, for this to work, you need to have your phone plugged in, face down, and sitting on your bed next to you for the whole night. I was like, well, I can't do that. Are you, what?
Yeah, I don't put it beside me.
And they specifically said putting it on a hard surface will not work. And I guess that's to like track your movement.
That's exactly what it's for. Like how much you're tossing and turning.
Yeah. This sounds like it would be perfect for someone who is young enough where they're not sharing a bed with someone. Like a kid.
I was gonna say having someone else in the bed or a pet would probably make this not the best.
Yeah.
Excuse me, girlfriend. I need you to scooch over a little bit. My phone now needs to be here because Pikachu.
I mean, it is a priority. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's health reasons.
We're gonna have to make some tough decisions by the end of July.
Yeah.
I mean, if it could like connect to like my Apple Watch or something, maybe that's something else. But there's also no way I would have used this more than like 2 nights just to like see it. Now I can't. Sure. Now I literally cannot do it unless if a night comes where I'm home alone for the night. Maybe I'll give it a try. If I think about it.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, and then the last thing is, I guess there was some Mario Kart stuff detailed.
Yeah, they gave the date for the release of Wave 5 of the Mario Kart DLC pack, and they listed all the courses.
Any good ones?
July 12th.
I'm watching it now.
Daisy Cruiser's back.
Which one is Daisy Cruiser? Oh, that's from
the one from Game Double Dash.
GameCube.
Yes. A lot of tour ones as well, and then the new one, the bathroom one. I'm just skimming the list here now.
The bathroom one?
Yeah, it's like squeaky clean fun. Let's see. Wii Koopa Cape.
The tour ones good? Do people like the tour ones?
People like the tour ones. They're a little simple, but they're pretty cool.
Those maps are
good.
They
do some of them do neat things. Moonview Highway from Wii.
Squeaky clean sprint, brand new. Neat looking.
That's the one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's literally you're like going around a bathtub.
This is some
Tour
Tiny
Athens Dash. GameCube Daisy Cruiser, Game Boy Advance Sunset Wilds,
okay,
and
Vancouver
Velocity, and then they adding in the 4 new playable characters as well.
Birdo,
Kamek,
yeah,
Wiggler, and Petey. Yep,
cool.
Yeah, all right. There's your Mario Kart. Neat. And with that, let's do some questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box are great ways to send questions in.
Sure.
This one comes from Hive. What is the strangest vehicle you have taken? Or the wildest travel story you have?
Strangest vehicle you have taken.
Strangest vehicle you've taken. Okay, so I guess it's not just like you're at a convention and you sat down in the DeLorean. You have to have like moved,
driven it,
yeah, you have
like ridden it,
traveled in it, yeah.
You have to have traveled some amount of distance.
Man, the only real vehicle story I can think of is just renting a vehicle in Ireland and driving on the wrong side of the road, and then having to drive, well, the wrong side for us. Yep. But also getting used to how they are so used to their tiny ass roads and we are not, and they will drive very fast on those.
I bet. Yeah. My problem, because everyone kept asking like, "Oh, are you renting a vehicle?" When I was doing Ireland.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a very good driver, but I was just so worried that at some point I would like just kind of go on to like autopilot and then do something wrong, and it's like, no, I'm not renting a vehicle.
I was white knuckle driving the entire time. Reese's like, "You're doing a great job driving." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, because I am very alert right now."
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Absolutely.
I don't drive strange vehicles. Or have
think
taken.
Like, does like a camel count? Like I've ridden a camel?
Absolutely.
If an animal counts as a vehicle, sure.
Okay. Then yeah, maybe a camel when I was in India. Not that I was driving it, but I was riding it.
A travel story, yeah.
I guess a forklift? I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
When would you have driven a forklift?
Back when I worked at like a grocery store of all places.
Oh, okay. Right. Paul, I would assume you've driven a forklift.
I mean, I drove one today. I could drive one every day if I wanted to. I don't consider it strange, but sure, that might be the strangest.
I've never driven a forklift, so.
Didn't you work in a warehouse? Or did you guys not use them?
I mean, fair, you're supposed to be certified to drive those things.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's like you need to. Yeah, I was never certified. I also just did like the easy jobs.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like that was a summer gig. I don't need to like try hard for this.
Fair enough, yeah.
I'm out of here in 2 months.
Yeah. Dead writes, go to pre-pandemic and think of all the live services, games and games with frequent new content you were playing. What would they have to do to convince you to jump back in to have more fun? This is easy. New content. I'm back in Payday. Like
it's kind of the point, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because so for me it would be.
Yeah, you don't replay stuff, so this is actually more of a question for you, I think. Me and John will go back to something if it looks interesting. We don't care about that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess a good example is like Overwatch would have. It technically wasn't a free to play or a service game back then.
Right.
But Overwatch 2 is, and I'm playing Overwatch 2 right now. I guess you need to make a 2. You need to put a 2 on the end of the title and not change anything else other than a worse monetization mode.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I guess it's like, yeah, if you can make like a big enough deal about the new content to get me to be like, I'll give it a try again. Sure. Like, yeah, Apex does have new content every season, but I just kind of moved on. But if they did something like pretty massive where they were like, no, we're calling this Apex 2 and we're tricking you into thinking it's brand new. Just like Overwatch.
A game that like maybe has an expansion or something. Like you don't play MMOs really, but that's what keeps MMO people coming back is expansions, which is literally the same game and a new like thing that happens now.
I mean, that wasn't really like an MMO thing. It was just like what PC games did back then. Like StarCraft had expansions.
I mean, yeah, for a while it was whatever game did because you just didn't update the game. You released a whole new thing that tied in somehow. So that makes sense, yeah.
No, and that works for me as well with Cyberpunk because I know they were fixing a bunch of stuff and I could have gone back and played a better version of that game at any point. But they're having a big expansion this fall and it's like, cool, that's a good reason for me to a good excuse for me to jump back in.
Sure, yeah.
Comment Strider writes in and says, is it a good idea for companies to essentially pay you to buy their awkward game by strapping it to a better game and selling the bundle cheaper than the better game alone?
Hold on, what? All right, there's a context.
Oh yeah, what is the context?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, so you can buy Octopath Traveler 2. It's 25% off for $45, or you can buy Octopath Traveler 2 and Various Day Life for $41. So you will save $3.50 if you also get Various Day Life. So this to me sounds like they're just trying to juice the numbers on number of people who have purchased Various Day Life.
So, like, the question, is it a good idea for companies to do it? If they want to reach a specific metric, it absolutely is the perfect idea to do. Why wouldn't you do that? But I don't know why you would.
Yeah, I mean, like, who's suffering here? Like, I'm saving more money.
And the company can show that Various Day Life has, like, 100,000 fucking people that bought it or something. I don't know. I don't know what they want from this, but if this isn't the way they get it, then yeah, for sure, it is a good idea.
I mean, Octopath was good, so like, you're basically getting another game for a couple dollars less. It's a bold strategy. I can't think of really any other examples of people having done before.
Yeah.
Well, one that came to mind that's kind of similar to this. I feel like we get these a lot around like the holiday time, but there'll be these things on the eShop where it's like, hey, redeem this free eShop game, and tomorrow we'll just put another game out for free if you redeemed yesterday's game. And they'll do that for like a week straight.
Yeah.
And they're all like absolute garbage games, but they just like force you to get like 7 free games if you want all of them. That kind of makes me think of it too, is I guess the hope here is like where it's not selling. Maybe if we give it away, some people will like curiously try it. Maybe that'll get someone else to buy it. Maybe they'll spend money in the game on like a shirt or a cosmetic or something.
I don't think Various Day Life has any like DLC.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. So in that case, they're probably just like, maybe there's just like an earning report coming up where they want to say like, look how many people downloaded our game, and they're just not going to mention because we gave it away for free.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see who this is hurting other than like their own financials, and like I don't care. I'm the consumer here.
Right. Yeah.
Asherman writes, name a trilogy of games that follows this pattern. 2 is greater than 1 is greater than 3.
Mass Effect. Next question.
Wow.
I don't agree with that because I would go 2, 3, 1.
Wow. You're just wrong then, but that's okay.
That's can't follow you down there. 3 is good. I mean, the ending is what it is. We all know that, but I think 3 is very fun.
3 is okay.
I don't even think 1 is bad. I just like 2 and 3 more.
Every trilogy I think of is just like, no, 3's way better than like 1 at least. So that's
what I'm saying. A lot of them come to mind as 2, 3, 1 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Silverman throws Little Big Planet in there. I agree with that one. Little Big Planet's a great suggestion for 2, 1, 3.
Did I even play 3? Wow.
3 is considered not very good.
I don't know that I even got it.
How does Kingdom Hearts fit into this? Because I know you like 2 the most, right?
I like 3 more than 1.
So it's another 2, 3, 1.
It's another 2, 3, 1.
There's a lot of 2, 3, 1s.
Here's one that does. Here's one that does fit it. Assassin's Creed.
Really? People disliked 3 that much? Like, I never hear anyone say anything nice about 1 at all. So 3 must have been dog shit.
3's not great. That's like the Civil War one. People don't like 3.
Okay.
And I think 1 is still kind of looked at because it was kind of like unique in its own kind of thing. Like it doesn't hold up very well, but they're even going back to the drawing board and kind of redoing some 1 stuff. So.
Oh, Diablo 2 is better than 1, but I liked 1 better than 3.
Okay. Where does 4 land for you in that?
A little too early to tell because we haven't really gotten to what you do in those games yet with this.
You haven't played much of 4 by this point?
Oh no, I've completely done everything in 4, but ARPGs
but it's too early to tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 is probably between 2 and 1, I want to say, but I really like a lot of things that 1 did, so it might be 2 greater than 1 equals 4 greater than 3.
Okay.
I am not in math class.
All right.
Yeah, like Uncharted is 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
I think I might even say Gears of War is 2, 3, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Halo is like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Most people say Xenoblade is either 3, 2, 1 or 3, 1, 2 or some variant, but yeah, that doesn't work either.
I think 2, 3, 1 is so common because in 2 they're fixing a lot of the things that was wrong with 1. But they don't have to like have a big conclusion. So they're allowed to kind of go as wild as they want, whereas 3 has to be the one that's like wrapping things up and coming to a point. But 2 is where you can go the widest. You don't have to set anything up. You just get to have the most fun from like a trilogy story standpoint.
Man. 3-1. Yeah. BGC Kenny writes, pick a game/series. How would you make a crossover between it and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I feel like it's hard to pick something that has not crossed over with the Ninja Turtles based on all the stuff that's going on lately.
It's true, yeah. They do one with the Battletoads?
No.
That would be great. Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be great. Yeah, there you go. It's the cartoon Battletoads from like the 2020 reboot or whatever. But like they're also mixed with like the 80s Ninja Turtles, which were also super goofy. So it's just like a nonsense, like OK KO kind of cartoon.
That would work pretty good. Yeah.
But it's almost like too close because they're based off the Ninja Turtles, so it's kind of a cop-out answer. So I did see the new trailer for that new Ninja Turtles movie, and man, it looks so good. I can't wait for that movie.
Give me some Ninja Turtle Tetris.
Maybe I'm just because I just have like beat 'em ups in my head, but like I feel like it might just kind of work with Scott Pilgrim.
Okay, sure.
I don't know what the storyline would be, but and they've shown up in like Mortal Kombat and stuff, so they've been in fighting games.
That was Injustice, yeah.
Or Injustice, yeah.
Yeah, fighting games almost seem too easy. It's like, yeah, I could see that. That would work.
You got TMNT
had their own fighting game. Yeah.
I would love like a serious take if they showed up in Yakuza. And they're just like, yeah, we're gonna help you for this this one night. Let's do it.
Well, the new one's in America supposedly, so maybe there'll be a Ninja Turtle reference.
Are Ninja Turtles, are they like popular in Japan?
They were weird. They had their own separate OAV series that aired in Japan where they got like giant robots and could transform.
Sick.
Okay. Checks out.
But like, I don't think they were ever as popular as they were in America.
Japan I think like, actually we got our own ninjas.
I think Ninja Turtles got like when it stopped airing, like there's like a famous meme that's going around of like the show that's replacing it is Evangelion or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, there was like just Americanized ninja, so they weren't as into it.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Is it me next? Or I think it's John next.
And we're back to me? All right. Suka writes in and says, what VGC Kenny asked, but with the Muppets. So pick a game or series. How would you make a crossover between it and the Muppets?
Oh, man.
Well, they already did that with Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
The Muppets have a ton of video games like kart racers, platformers.
You could do anything with Muppets. Yeah.
There's a Muppets Untitled Goose Game?
Remember the Game Awards years ago? Beaker was in Untitled Goose Game, and the goose was chasing him around.
Oh, I totally forgot about that, but that sounds about right. Okay.
I want a crossover between Call of Duty and the Muppets. I want it to be...
Yeah.
I want a first-person shooter where you play as a Muppet, and like they act like it's gonna be gruesome shooting, but everything that comes out is just confetti instead, or like just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
also want there to be like some hard crime stuff. So I'm thinking like an LA noir.
There you go.
I'm thinking like murder mystery kind of stuff. Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Control. And pretty much anything from the Remedy universe. I'll go Max Payne.
Sure. I basically want Cooking Mama with a Swedish Chef. That's all I want.
Okay, sure. I mean, they did put Swedish Chef into Overcooked. You can play as a Swedish Chef.
Oh, that is true.
I saw people discussing this one in the Discord, and they put Professor Layton, and I think that would be pretty great.
Okay, yeah, pretty good.
But they're already like stylized cartoons, so they're kind of like 2 steps away from being Muppets anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Ace Attorney would be great. All the like finger pointing, that would be pretty enjoyable.
Be pretty good, yeah.
And especially with all the like yelling and stuff they do, and you would just see like their heads flapping back.
Yeah.
Or when he's like worried and he's putting his hands on his head. Man, okay, now I really want Ace Attorney Muppets.
It would actually be pretty good, yeah. Yeah.
The judge. Oh yeah, that would be so good. When the villain like transforms into their like final mode, yeah, that would be so good. Phantom Aegis writes, is an onigiri a calzone? I don't think I know what that is.
I think that's what the emote is right next to it.
I think a calzone has to be a pizza.
Yeah, it's a jelly donut.
Oh, is there something in that? It's not just rice?
There usually is. They're usually flavored.
Okay.
But no, because a calzone, I think, is just a folded pizza, like by definition.
Yeah,
so
it has it like you're not folding the rice; you're literally just piling the rice like on top of it.
Yeah.
Or
like pouring.
So
down
it's basically it is kind of asking like, is a donut a calzone, like something that has like
I guess so.
Probably
inside a container.
Yeah, I'd say absolutely not.
Yeah. Let me look up calzone and see what Google gives as a definition.
I feel like calzone needs tomato sauce in
An
there.
Italian oven-baked turnover made with leavened dough. So it has to have dough at least in the very basic definition.
Okay. And I was thinking, like, I guess I've had pizzas without tomato sauce, and I would still call it a calzone if it was wrapped that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the fact that it would be rice would be throwing me off.
And it's not they're not a turnover either, so yeah, by definition.
Like, I would sooner agree with the like jelly donut over the onigiri, just because of the dough part.
At least it's dough. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Also, calzones are like always like really hot. Like you have to wait so long to eat them, or you just burn your mouth alive.
Yeah. Usually you just like cut them in half or something, and let them air out a bit.
And at that point, it's like, you know what else? A great way to air this out: not flipping it over in the first place,
leaving it flat.
Yeah, it's a great way to let it air.
You're
out.
not wrong. Yeah, a calzone is a very large hot pocket. See, that is correct.
And that's like burn your mouth food 101 right there. Like everyone who has had a hot pocket has burned the roof of their mouth
every single time. Yep.
It is physically impossible to not do that.
True. Yep. Lineback writes, which video game villain do you think would be greatly improved if they were portrayed by Nick Cage?
Have you guys been seeing any of the videos going around? Because Nick Cage is now in Dead by Daylight.
I mean,
I've heard some of the voice clips.
Yeah. Pretty incredible. Good. Like to the point where it's like, is this real? This seems almost too good to be true.
Video game villain. The one that comes to mind immediately is just like, I don't remember who it is in 5, but Far Cry 3, like just a Far Cry villain that's really able to do some dumb, goofy, like monologuing and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just unhinged.
Wasn't 5 the like American cult leader one?
Okay, 5 would be pretty good too then. Yeah, I was just thinking 4 wouldn't work probably. That was Tibet, right? The Tibetan guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I
think he could do any of them because they're basically doing like a really like goofy characterization of a person, and that's where he does some of his best work.
From like 3 on, yeah. Because 1 and 2 are a little less goofy.
They might as well be different games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like maniacal suggestive Metal Gear Solid, but make him Psycho Mantis.
Yeah,
that would be pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Then you'd get like a really like subdued Nicolas Cage, and is that what you want?
Psycho Mantis?
No, I think that's definitely like the over the top.
I'm thinking of the wrong one. I'm thinking.
Yeah, Psycho Mantis is one of the more over the top.
Yeah.
And how he speaks.
Am I thinking of? The sorrow, the suffering. What's the one with the river?
Yeah, the sorrow.
That's sorrow.
Sorrow. Yeah. Sorry, that's who I.
Who doesn't even like talk? So.
Yeah.
It would be funny.
Then it's like, why get Nicolas Cage? You want him to talk. Yeah. You want him to like yell and stuff.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So just something like real, like I don't know, make him like a Mega Man villain. Like I just want something like completely over the top where he just gets to shout nonsense and stuff.
Make him Dr. Wily.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Once again, Ace Attorney, I want him not to be the prosecutor. I want him to be one of the murderers because I want to see the switch.
Yeah.
When he's getting too close, and then he just starts like screaming and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Last question from Popsky. Are there any games that you can think of that could have been good as or better as a licensed game? Like how Anthem could have been better as an Iron Man game, or how Mortal Kombat was supposed to be a Bloodsport game.
I don't know if I agree with the Anthem one. I mean, I know Anthem did fail, but I did think the setup of Anthem was cool. Probably cooler than I think Iron Man is.
I think it would have gotten more public appeal, but I think the game itself still had issues.
Well, I think Anthem had a lot of like there was a lot of appeal going into it. It was just so broken. Like it was, kind of similar to Cyberpunk. A lot of people were really hyped for it. I think what's like close enough to a property. What about like Infamous and Static Shock? Static Shock known well enough?
Ooh, Hollow's got a good choice. John Wick Super Hot.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah. They did John Wick Metal Gear Acid. Right? Bithell Games did that one?
Yeah, they did. They did John Wick Hex.
Oh, okay.
What if Uncharted were just Indiana Jones, keeping on that theme? Like,
games?
That'd
be kind of sad we never really got like an actually good Indiana Jones game, except for like I guess Indiana the Jones adventure.
We got the one from Machine Games happening, right? Over at
I mean, hopefully that ends up being good. But like, was it the best Indiana Jones game is considered to be like the Fate of Atlantis? I think the adventure game.
Yeah, I think so.
LucasArts did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like the SNES one, I enjoyed the SNES one, but the SNES one's also balls hard. So.
Yeah.
It was. I saw this on like Twitter like last week or something. Apparently, Todd Howard is like the biggest Indiana Jones fan, and he has been trying to have this game get off the ground forever.
Okay. Sure.
So.
More power to him. Fuck yeah, let's go.
It's probably in good hands over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really think of any ones that would be better with a license. Because usually it's the other way around. Taking the license off makes it better because then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is like I'm usually more interested in the concept elsewhere. I'd have to think more, I guess. Anyway, that does it for questions. Thanks, everyone, for writing in. If you want to write in for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. If Twitter is still even around, who even knows? What's your game of the week?
Final Fantasy 16.
Did I play a game this week?
Well, mine's Final Fantasy again.
Yeah.
And nothing from John. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Pacross, sure. Why not?
More Pacross.
Always
good. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.